Hi, this is Jana. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making old-fashioned coffee cake. I had typed out this recipe when I was an alumni secretary at a university back in 1975. And I used my IBM Selectric typewriter. So nobody can say I copied that because I copied that from somebody in the office, but it's been a long time. I have a yellow cake mix of your choice, and I just took a tablespoon of that dry cake mix and am spreading it. I had put Pam in the bottom of this. You can oil it, use Pam, whatever you want to, and put it in the bottom of your your Bundt pan. You can also do this in a 9x13 and you won't have to do all this, but I'm really hoping that it will not stick in the bottom of this. And so I'm going to put that in there. There we go. And I got that set aside now. I've got 4 eggs. I have 1 cup of cold water. I have 3/4 of a cup of oil. I got something was in my, I think from the package. The pudding package there. Okay. And I've got 2 packages, 2 3-ounce packages, 3.4 ounce packages of instant pudding of your choice. I am using cheesecake flavor. You can use vanilla, butterscotch, make sure they're instant, and use 2 packages. Just like that. And now I've got my yellow cake mix. Doesn't matter which one. And I'm going to pour the rest of that into my bowl. Just like that, and the rest goes in the trash. There we go. And so now I got my mixer. And you just want to get it mixed in. All together. And what do we always say, Erin? Some of that package. I had opened the package with scissors. It looked like there's a little bit of package on there. That paper towel, please. Thank you. And I always tell everybody, remember to scrape down your bowl. Just like that. There's another part of that package. I cut it open in top of that bowl, and I shouldn't have done that. And so don't cut your package of pudding open over your bowl. Okay, so that is as simple as that is. I'm going to get this out of my way here, because I have to do some magic here. Switcheroony. Okay, in another bowl, I have 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 cup of walnuts. You can use pecans, you can use whatever your family likes, or none. You can leave the nuts out if nobody likes nuts, or if somebody doesn't like them.
Or has an allergy.
Or has an allergy. And we're going to mix this together. It's going to make, actually I kind of like using my hands doing this more than an instrument. Jack and Bailey are barking to get back in the house. It's a rainy day today and it's getting close to their meal time.
Yeah, Jay freaks out.
This is a delicious coffee cake, and it's things that you normally have in your house if you're a baker at all. And so I don't remember the last time I even heard anybody saying, "Oh, I made a coffee cake." And so I'm going to get this together. I've got something else coming out of the oven, and we will be right back. Okay, so that is all mixed together. Just like that. I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to bring over my Bundt pan. And like I said, you can do this at a 9 by 13 if that's what you want to do. And so I am going to put half of the batter into this bowl, into the Bundt pan, or into your 9 by 13, whatever you are using.
I always think of a movie every time I say the word Bundt
Bundt pan of the Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yes, Bundt.
Bundt pan.
I don't know why. That's how they always said it. They're like Bundt. And then then the mom put the plant in the middle of it and then put it on the table. I'll never forget it. It's my favorite. I love that.
It was such a good movie.
I love that movie.
I'm going to get a different spatula. I'm going through some spatulas today. I needed a smaller one. Okay. And you don't want to get the topping too close to the bottom, which is going to be the top. So I'm going to make sure I have plenty of batter into the bottom of this Bundt pan. Just like this. And you know what? If it sticks and it tears, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody learns. Okay, I think that's about half. And so now I'm going to take half of this topping and put it in. So you're going to have something in the middle of your cake and on the bottom.
Okay.
So now I'm going to put the rest of this just like this. Very delicious. I have to spread it out even. But what I was saying is, you know, used to be when there was more stay-at-home moms, I guess, we'd say, I'm putting a coffee cake in the oven. Why don't you stop over for a cup of coffee? I don't know if people still do that or not.
Oh, the 90s.
Oh, the 80s and the 90s. 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
I did this in the 70s. And it's okay to bring these traditions back. There's more moms staying at home, I think, now. But we used to have, you know, friends over for coffee in the mornings and throw in a load of laundry and run over to a friend's house and have a cup of coffee and some coffee cake and go pick the kids up for preschool and the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this. And you're going to see it's all going to come together. Just like this. And now I'm going to stick it into the oven at 350 degrees. And we're going to bake it for about 45 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. So we will be back. I said goodbye too soon. I forgot to put the topping on. The other part. It's been a long weekend. So anyway, there you go. I will be back after this goes in the oven and out of the oven. Thank you. Okay, our cake came out of the oven. I and with a clean toothpick to the center of each of these areas and made sure that it was done and there was no batter on it. And then I let it set for 5 minutes. I set a kitchen timer for 5 minutes, and that's where we're at right now. And so we're going to go through. I've got a Calphalon knife that doesn't scratch my cookware. By the way, don't laugh at my Bundt pan. It's from 1970. I have new ones. I have like 8 new ones, brand new, but they're dark Teflon, and I don't like how it darkens my cakes. And so anyway, I am going through and making sure that the areas where that sugar might have made contact inside this cake is loose. All right, I'm gonna switcheroonie here, turn my plate upside down. This is either gonna be a pass-fail here, I'm just telling you. But my cake pan, you're gonna see a pretty ugly cake pan. From 1975, I sold Tupperware right after high school. And I earned this cake Bundt pan, as Erin says.
Yes, I love them.
It's hot. Ah! Ta-da! We only had one tiny area inside of my pan that did not let go. But if I'm creative, I can put it right back in that hole. It's gonna look a whole lot worse than this in a few minutes, I can tell you that, because we're gonna eat it. And that is the Bundt can, and I'm gonna let it cool. Bundt pan, the Bundt cake, and I'm gonna let it cool for just a few minutes, and I'm gonna come back and put a light glaze on it. Okay, this glaze is optional. I have about 3/4 of a cup of powdered or confectioner's sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. And I'm going to add just a very slow tablespoon of milk, or half and half. And you want to add liquid very carefully because the butter's kind of liquid and the vanilla's liquid. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. And powdered sugar, once you get too much liquid in it, I don't care if you add 60 pounds of more powdered sugar. You can't thicken it up, and I don't understand why that is or how that works. But that's what happens. And so I always say, slowly add. See, so it's real thick, so we know we're gonna have to add some more, but I wanna mix that butter into that sugar really well. There we go. If you hear weird noises in the background, Jack and Bailey just finished eating and they're apparently cleaning their sinuses or something.
I think they're doing the worm on their bed.
They're doing the worm, okay. And they like to do the wiggle wiggle. And like I said, this is optional because we have all that sugar, you know, on the inside of the cake and on the bottom of the cake. Oh, gee whiz.
It didn't show on the camera.
I just slopped all over my stove. Oh well, that's what we clean it up. So. Lord knows I know how to make messes. Just, I think, a few more drops, kind of like what was on the, I just hit the camera here, and sorry. It's wiggle wiggling too. We're all doing the wiggle wiggle. About what fell on the stove is what I needed, I think, to get it to where I need it to be for a glaze. Or, if you want to make it really simple, is get a strainer with some confectioner's sugar and just lightly sift some powdered sugar over the top. If you want to. Okay, there's our glazy glaze, just like that. And so we're going to get a fork. I like to use a fork when I put on glaze. Sorry, my tire's stuck. It's okay. We're really having wiggle problems today. It's all good.
I'm just hitting the edge of the counter.
And do whatever. This is where I say your kids, get them involved any way you can. They can't mess this up, you know, to get to put glaze on or frost the rolls or, you know, let them start with things like that. They might not be ready for making the cake, the coffee cake, but letting them do the finishing. And that's what people say, oh, that looks so nice, or that looks so pretty. And it really builds confidence in their kitchen abilities. Our kids all were participants in our family kitchen, and they all are wonderful cooks and are providing good food for their families. And my son is just as good of a cook as our daughters. He just loves to cook and shop for food. I mean, it's all part of it. So there we go. And you can put as much on or little on as you want to. And so there is our coffee cake, and it is ready to serve. I just wanted to tell you, this is so delicious. I hope you give this a try. It's so easy.
Well, are we gonna let it sit for a second, then shell them on the inside?
Oh, we can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, we should do that because it is really pretty inside.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll let it
We'll be
rest.
back. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Good idea, Erin. Okay, we are back. Time to have some coffee cake. This is cinnamony, and I put that cheesecake pudding in it, so it's going to have a lot of flavor. And it's kind of like a cinnamon roll on the inside with those walnuts and, see, with the walnuts and the brown sugar and cinnamon and butter. Sorry about that, Erin. And it is absolutely delicious and beautiful. Now go brew yourself a cup of coffee and make this cake. It's delicious. Thank you for stopping by Jana's Kitchen. The recipe is down in the comments section.